Hey guys. Hey guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. Okay, this is going to be a weekly throw. These cards don't always show up the best, but they're powerhouses to me, and there was a need to use them today, and clearly there was a need because they point out a lot, okay? And they're very you can interpret these yourself. You don't even need to know what tarot is, and that's kind of my takeaway, why I chose to use these two, because we've got so many planets in Pisces right now that I think that if you just use your imagination and just look at these cards, they're going to tell your story. And that's my main takeaway here, is you need to be able to empower yourself, and that's hopefully what you walk away from this with. Okay, so this is our general of what we're looking at, and I'm going to throw cards to see for each sign how, this may get a little bit closer to home for you. See what sits in your 9th house. See if you've got planets in there. If you've got nothing in there, see what's in your 3rd house, right? See what we're going to keep this general, but 9th house is pivotal here. That's where Pisces is right now, okay, with the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Neptune, and Chiron, okay? What I want to say here is 9th house to me is the Eat, Pray, Love house, right? That's why I do, each month I'll do different analogies, but the Eat, Pray, Love house to me is our knee-jerk reactions. Like, it's, to me, that whole movie, if I had to take one piece of that away, it would be the pivotal moment in that movie where Julia Roberts is standing in her friend's office and she's saying, I don't know who the hell I am. I have spent my entire life in relationships. I have never been on my own. That was the groundbreaking moment for her. That was the straw for her, right? It's going to be different for all of you. But my point is, that's the point we reach in life where we're like, holy crap, I have never, or I have, or you reach something about yourself that you just, even though it was always probably staring you right in the face, we don't see those things. But there are points in time where we're like, holy crap, we just get it. It comes like lightning, and there's no turning back after that point, because the ghost is out of the closet then. So 9th house too, right? That's where we go when we've had enough, when we're just done, okay? Travel, school, the gurus, the beliefs we have in our lives. We search for wanderlust there, okay? And it's wanderlust is what you really want to do there. You want to go look at the decisions you make. What is your life built on? What are the platforms for your life? What are your values? What are your belief systems, right? They're all looked at in that house. And it's usually through some crisis point. And just from a numerology standpoint in here, we've got an exorbitant amount of, what do we have in here? We've got 2 aces, 3 2s, 3 7s, right? We're anchored in the Queen of Wands here. There is one Arcana card in here, and that's the High Priestess. I'm going to go through the cards in a moment, but that's you in here. That's you. That's your pivotal moment, right? That's, I've got to do something about my life, right? So it comes down to basically the pivotal point in time where we realize that we either, have a life that is of quality design, or that, we kind of pieced it together at IKEA, right? Nothing against IKEA. But my point is, you don't need to build quality furniture. It's sustainable. It's something that's, you're going to package it like a child when you move. It's not something that, when you move, you've got a shitload of furniture out by the curb because it's all stuff that you bought that was just cheap and in the moment and instant, and you didn't have to deal with it. You didn't save for it. It has no quality to you. It served a purpose, but it's got no meaning. It's got no value. When you move away and you drive away, it sits there by the curb. You know what I'm saying? So this is a time where we're really looking at, what are we dumping by the curb, right? And what are the pieces that we treasure that are quality craftsmanship, right? And your life should be that. If you're watching this, and I know I'm going to get these lovely comments, they crack me up, quite honestly. well, not everyone can afford this or that. No, that's absolutely true. But you know what? People save for money. In other countries, people will save for one quality piece of something. They won't settle for 1,000 different scrap pieces of something. They'll wait. They'll go without. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think is happening here. I think we're reaching points where we're like, oh my gosh, I have done this. This is what I'm doing. This is my life by design, and I need to change it, right? And some of those acknowledgments are just not pleasant. But you know what, guys? We all go through them. And if anyone is telling you different, they're made of wood. And by that, I mean, they're not engaging in life. They're just stuck there. All right. So let's go through the numerology part of this now. I'm going to go through the cards. We come in with, well, what we came in with was the 9 of Swords, right? But I happened to look under it and there was the 2 of Cups. So I took it. Okay. Because I think it does play a role here too. And I think that some of these lessons for some of you are going to be a little bit harder, right? They're going to be about really game-changing decisions that you have to make. And I'll go through those too. And once I saw this, that's why I decided to pull for each of the signs too, because not everyone is going to go through this. But I think that you're now, some of you, going to have to deal with some real consequence to your actions. And sometimes those are, you know, they're scary. They're the big things, and they are in here, and I'll tell you why. And it's funny because I never really touch on things like, you know, occasionally here or there we'll see a pregnancy come up or something, or we'll see a wedding come up, or we'll see this or we'll see that. But for the majority of our readings, we really don't see that much of it come up, right? But I've been noticing that, you know, the last year, possibly, it's been consistent. And that's, you know, I guess it's just been part of, you know, the planetary alignments or the things that we're supposed to be learning in life, or it's been part of a bigger plan here. But to teach people and just, you know, for lessons in everyone's life. Our journeys are different, so it's really hard to nail this reading down, in all honesty, but I'm going to try to hit it from all different angles. So if you're looking for a short reading, guys, check out, because this isn't it, okay? But I'm not doing you any good by not putting this out here. So, you know, I'm trying to empower you so that you can drive your life in a good direction, right? Okay, so we come in with the 9 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the 2 of Wands, okay? In the past, what we're dealing with is the Ace of Wands, right? I think we kind of know where I'm going here with that. Our overall energy is the 2 of Cups, but in all honesty, that came out underneath the 9 of Swords. And that, I think, is the pivotal moment in here. I think that's the pivotal moment of your story, okay? Now, where you're anchored in here is the Queen of Wands. We're crowned with the High Priestess. Where you're going is the 8 of Cups. We've got the 7 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Coins. Okay, I want to say this. The 7 of Coins in here is the only coin card. With that element lacking and only one of it, and it being a 7, it's a time where you really want to take advantage of all of this stuff being in Pisces. You don't want to act on anything. I don't think you could to save your life, and I don't think you'd make a grounded decision. So I'm going to say in here, for those of you really dealing with life-altering decisions, don't jump. Don't jump. Don't make a decision. Sit on this for a bit and really look at things, because, again, 9th house is our knee-jerk reactions. It's, oh, crap, I'm in a crap storm. I've got to get myself out of this. Sit on this for a bit, because I'm telling you, if you make a harsh decision now, you will regret it, because you're not, it's the planets are putting you here for a reason. It's not to make a knee-jerk reaction. It's to really take a look at, you know, the Julia Roberts moment in your life. You know, look at these things. Look at these things about yourself, okay? And deal with them. The 9th house, too, is a cadent house. It's houses it's a house that gets better with time. It gets easier with time, I should say, because it's a house where, you know, like I say, we go there to figure shit out about ourselves, right? Like, oh, this stuff that I've been living my life by is really not who I am. You know what I mean? So again, it's looking at that stuff, okay? And I just want to point this out too. We've got Moon in Aries, right? Which is in the 10th house. That's about drive, right? So you want to think about all this stuff that's in Pisces, and then Aries Moon is drive, right? But you don't want to do that right now. You want to take advantage of this because I think you're making life-altering decisions, okay? Let me just point this out too. 2 aces are partnerships, okay? 3 2s are pregnancies and weddings. 3 7s are sacrifices, sacrificing in love, right? That doesn't necessarily need to be, though, guys, a one-on-one relationship. Because if you're sacrificing in love with any other person, you've already sacrificed it with yourself. So that's where, you know, you've got to pull the 9th house moment back and look at where that train started to go off the track there, okay? I want to say this, too, numerology-wise, in the tarot, well, not even in tarot, just in cards in general, right? It's the cards of life, basically. Anytime you've got a 3, 5, 7, 9, something is going to throw a wrench in your plan here. So anytime you see a 3, a 5, a 7, or a 9 come up, realize something is going to stop you in your tracks there, okay? We've got 3 7s and 2 3s. All right, so clearly something is going to create an obstacle here for you, and I think I have an idea of what that is. But like I said, the only coin card that we've got is that 7, and that is a card too that, you know, it's decisions needing to be made. You want to stop though for a second with that card. You want to stop because there's divine timing in that card too. There's divine timing in all the 7s. Any crisis point in life has a divine intervention there. So you need to stop, right? This is not a time to knee-jerk reaction here. I think what's happening is with the Queen of Wands being your anchor, okay, I think that speaks very pivotal to where this is anchored, okay? It's how things unfold in life along the way. She doesn't do well in marriage early in life. She's financially, she gets the crazy ready, right? She gets the crazy out of her system. She gets I can stand on my own 2 feet in order so that when, you're in a relationship or you're in a solid anything or you're living by the values or whatever you're doing, it's on solid footing, right? The Queen of Swords says you don't just get there. It's maintenance, though, too. You've got to know how to maintain this stuff. It's like a diet, right? Anyone can lose weight, but the tough part is maintaining it, right? You've got to know what you're doing here, and you've got to figure out what your knee-jerk reactions are here. What's your eat, pray, love pivotal moment, right? Holy crap. What is that moment for you? And be honest with yourself, right? You're the only one you owe that explanation to. So, with that said, what I want to say is here, I think that self-doubt is going to creep in here. I think you're going to be scared and feel, you're in uncharted territory here. That's what Pisces energy is about. Take advantage of this. Take a step back. Be immersed in that and really take a conscious look at these things, okay? Communication, too. Where's your crisis point there? Perceptions. What's unsaid here really speaks volumes, right? What are you not saying? What are people in your life not saying, right? How do you speak up for yourself? What are your desires, right? Intimacy, right? Venus sometimes is not always that, lovely Venus you see in the pictures. Sometimes she's that hot hurricane that's going to cause disruption here, It's energy is what I'm saying here. These planets are energies. But they waken things within us, right? What do you attract into your life that you need to change? What are you receptive of? How do you accept love? Are you gentle? Do you not want it? Do you not know how to accept it, right? Where do you lose your power in this? Again, are you in love with love, or do you just, what is that all about, right? Faith, crises in faith can come up in here. New visions. What is your place in this big picture, this big vast picture? That's scary, right? It's where do I fit into this, right? coming to terms with limitations too, right? Possible health problems too. Gradual recoveries. Again, it's step-by-step things. So I need to get a handle on this, right? Because without your health, you're not going to get anywhere. You need ample sleep so that you can think. We've got one earth card in here. There's a lot of shaking going on, a lot of unsettledness going on, a lot of knee-jerk reactions going on, which is why I'm making this a little bit longer, so that hopefully, you don't create, and I don't say this in a demeaning way, but we don't want to create mountains out of molehills here, right? Authority, crisis of authority, right? Life goals. I think they become problematic in here because they're not prioritized correctly, right? And that's, guys, it's only what's correct to you, not society. It's what is this reading is what's correct to you. I think it's just how to live your life in a more efficient, fulfilled way, right? And not the drop, tuck, and roll every time something crosses your path. All right. Now we come in with the Nine of Swords, right? That's the things that keep you up at night. That could be health related issues though too. But I think in here it's the energy of cycles. I keep getting myself here, right? Something keeps jumping out in front of my thought process here, my car, right? I get to the 9 and it's do 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 do. It's like I always end up here at the 9. It's not an easy place to be. The 9 of Swords is a tough card. Right? And it's easier to look into someone's life and say, oh, that's just suck it up. Just get over it. Just move on. Just do something else. You know what? If it were that easy, you wouldn't be sitting here with the 9 of Swords. So that may be one area or one person that you may want to look at, right? Now you've got in here the Page of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the 2 of Wands. Like I say, we're anchored in the Queen of Wands. In the past, we've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the 2 of Cups. But then we jump all the way over to the 8s, the 7s, the 9s. There's no middle here. There's no story. You know what I mean? There's no substance here. It's knee-jerk reactions, right? It's who are these people that I'm in relationships with, right? I'm not even going to touch upon that anymore because I think what happens too is you're being asked right now to really, you're going to be forced with having to take responsibility for actions, because I think there's consequence here that you didn't think about, right? And now you're having to deal with that. And maybe it's with someone who's not your partner, or maybe it's with, maybe you didn't want children and now you're being presented with them. Either way, you're being presented with things that are game changers for you, right? And that are absolutely going to change your life. That 8 of Cups that's coming up here, that is a card sometimes of walking away, right, from something that's just 8s. When we hit an 8, we've reached it's the best we can get at it. We've got to now dump those cups out and do something more. Or it's the let me look at this pattern. Let me look at this pattern. 8s are when we hit that point, it's not the 9 yet. The 9, the fat lady singing at the 9, I'm sorry, because the 10 is the new, right? So we've got to look at here. The 8 of Cups is what is this pattern? What is this that I keep doing? Why am I, how do I always end up here? Do I end up here because I'm living my life balanced and I want to do this and I do it, and I want to do this and I do it, and I want to do this and I do it, and they're quality decisions? Or am I jumping all over the place? Right? Am I in relationships with people that are okay for the moment, but there's no sustainability there? They don't honor, me or the choices that I make. They don't help me try to grow. And by that, I mean, they're not responsible for you, but they're holding the gate for you. They're saying, yeah, you can do this. Go try it. Go try it. And it's not codependency. It's being happy for growing and making wise decisions. And it's maybe I want to move here. It's taking that bucket list off of the fridge and start checking that shit off your list. It's not the woulda, coulda, shouldas. It's the these are the things that I want to do, and how do I align my life to do that? And I don't even want to see the comment, guys, about I don't have the money to do it. That's a red flag in here then, to restructure your life. Restructure your life and figure out how to do it. Because if you want to do it bad enough, you'll move a mountain for it. If you don't and you want to just have an excuse about it, check it off your list. Because that'll free you up too for something else, you know. I'm not being hard, but it's time we get out of the gate here, because we go from the 8 of Cups, and your self-image here is the 7 of Cups, right? That's a good card though, if you're looking at past decisions, right? If you're looking at how you've done things, reflective mode, Pisces, right? We want to stay here. We don't want to make knee-jerk reactions right now. We just want to look at this stuff, and we want to have that moment, right? 7 of Cups. Are these illusional things? Do I sit on the couch and I daydream and I say, oh, I want to have this, but you're not going to put in the work to do it, the hard work, the dedication that takes time, right? Little by little by little. Those are the things we want to look at. Or are we jumping? Are we making, you know, just jumping decisions and not thinking about things, right? The 6 of Swords, that's in your reputation. That's going on to something, right? That's to me, that card it's a bridge, yes, but it's higher. It's, how do I say? I'm going to take a leap of faith, but I've thought about this, right? Like always, what's the worst that can happen here? I'm not talking about making crazy decisions. That's ascension to me. I'm going to start thinking about things. I'm going to look at how I'm thinking about things. I'm going to look at what my planning processes are. I'm going to look at why I want the things that I want, right? Though that's great, because it's making smart choices. It's the bridge from here to there. So there's forward movement there, right? It's uncharted, but you have an idea. It's the realm you want to be in, but you're not quite sure how it's going to go. It's thought out, okay? It's not a jump in that card. But then we come up to the 7, right, of Swords. That's in your hopes and fears. It's the you know, 2 sides to one coin. It's the same things that can propel you forward can paralyze you, right? With that 7, it can be, you know, taking a really hard look at the things that you think are fated for you. You know what I mean? Destinies they're opportunities, but you've got to go take them. And with that 7, sometimes it's the realization of, you know what, time has passed. I don't have the luxury any longer of, you know, backpacking through Europe because I've got responsibilities now. But these are the things I want to do now. It's reassessing all of those things, right? And it's the realization too that, you know what, you know, you look in the mirror and you're like, holy crap, 20 years passed. Yeah, 20 years did pass, but 20 more will pass. So what are you going to do about it, right? That's that. It's not looking back, it's going forward with that 7, right? And it's one of these places though, too, guys, there's 2 7s there together where you don't need to broadcast this stuff. Pisces is all about internal stuff. It's our sacred space. It's not the stuff that needs to be plastered on social media. It's you taking some time for yourself and really looking at these things. Really, really going inward. That's that 7 of Swords. And some people call that deception, and sometimes it can be. In here, it's not. In here, it's you know what? I'm going to take some time to myself right now and figure out why the hell I keep getting in these situations, or how I got here and what am I doing, right? It's things like that. And we're crowned with the High Priestess. That's, you know, it's going internal. It's the stuff we already know, but we let our brain get in there and it beats the crap out of what we know we should be doing because it's easier just to do what's in front of us, right? Now you've got the 7 of coins on the outbound. There's divine timing in that card. You're going to need to look at in there really what your resources are. Your time, your energy, your vitality, you know, where you're spending your time. What are the people that are around you? Look through your house. Look through your house. What in there would you pack like a child if you were moving tomorrow, right? Anything else, get rid of it. And I'm dead serious on that. Get rid of it. Give it to charity, do whatever. You want to find out what kind of a person you really are. And I know this sounds crazy, but it's one of these things. Look in your microwave. Look in your microwave. What does that say about you? Because it's going to hit you in the face like a ton of bricks. And I'm not kidding. If you want to know the person you're dating, look in their microwave. Not in a freaky kind of way, but I'm just saying, you want to look at these things that you so readily overlook on a day-to-day basis. These little things, you know what I mean? You could live in a shoebox apartment, but how do you take care of it? What does it look like? Would someone recognize you lived there if they walked into your house? You know what I mean? What is your house consist of? A bunch of crap, or do you have things that are priceless to you? Right? That too. And that includes the people in our lives too, right? It's things like that. That's where I think that we're at. The Ace of Wands, I've got to be honest with you guys, and the Seven of Cups, again, I think you've got situations in here. Some of you are dealing with things that are a lot more intense than others of you, but I think this is a time where you really want to get your life on track, and you can. And I'm going to put this out here too. This is a little bit of, you know, information that I'm usually a very, very private person. I don't put my wares out here. I don't. It's just not who I am. But for this, I'm going to put it out here because hopefully it helps someone, okay? I've designed my life. People very, very, very often misjudge me. They think I've had everything handed to me. My life is just lovely. My life is lovely because I'm choosing to make it that way, and I'm healthy, and I'm blessed. And that really, I can pull anything from that. So yes, I am. But where I'm going here is, I know I'm going to get flack about, well, I don't have the money to do this, or I don't have this, or I don't have this. I've got to tell you, I have zero debt. Zero debt. Zero. It took me 10 years. 10 years of hard work, dedication, determination, because I was going to pull myself out of that. I had my Julia Roberts moment where I was like, holy shit. I feel like my life is strong held here because I'm so financially drowning right now that I can't do anything that I want to do. And I was like, screw this. Bill collectors would call. They just hounded forever because I had to break things down into what was vital at that moment. What did I have to work on at that moment? What was next? What was next? What was next? It took me 10 years. It was not an easy feat. It was absolutely what I needed to do, though, to drive my life forward. So it can be done. So for those of you that leave comments where I'm stuck here, I can't afford this, I can't afford this, there are ways to do it. And sometimes you really have to go without some things, some luxuries in life that you think are just, you know, they just should be yours by divine right. You know what I mean? Sometimes you've got to go without cable. Sometimes you've got to do things that you've got to do to get you long-term ahead, right? And those moments that when you have to work away really hard at things, you never repeat those mistakes because they are really blood, sweat, and tears, and you never go back after that, right? You learn those lessons, but they can be done. 10 years is a long-ass time. But if you want it bad enough, you'll move a mountain for it. That's my point. So it's time to, you know, we can't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Don't cop out on your life because you only get one go at this and you can do it. It's just slow and steady and it's not instant. You know, it's that quality piece versus, you know, your life out by the curb. That's the difference here, right? So I hope that helps somebody. So there you go. But again, the Two of Cups we come in, that's a new relationship. That's a handshake. That's a friend, right? That could be, you know, my fear here is that you're gearing up to go again. You know what I mean? I would stop really. I wouldn't make any decisions. And you know what, guys? Sometimes it's having that tough conversation with the person that you're in a relationship with. It's really just, you know what? And they're not easy conversations, but they're necessary. You know what I mean? It's, again, one of the crisis points in here are what are the things you don't say? Those speak volumes, right? Have tough conversations. If you're in a relationship that's expired, have the conversation with the person. It doesn't mean you have to hate them. It just means, you know what? I don't think we're going in the same direction anymore. You know, and I care about you as a person. I just think our lives need to go in different directions. That was an example, right? For some of you, I think you're really dealing with some really tough issues here, right? Not that those aren't tough, but I can see lineups in here that are very, very private, very, very life-altering. So I want to say that. That's what I think is going on here. So, all right, let's pull. I'm going to clear these, and we'll do for all the signs now, okay? Hey guys, okay, here are the 12 signs, okay, you know how it goes. We start with the 8 of Wands, that's Aries, okay, and then the Two of Coins, that would be Taurus. All right. For Aries, Eight of Wands, okay? I think clear cut, like I say, drive, decision making. I think that you know exactly what you want to do. I think confinement is really not on your radar right now. Making the right decisions, landing. I think too, there's something in here that if you, I think you land a position here, and I think it's because you're diligently working away at something. If you've got job resumes out, or you're looking for promotions, I think people are watching what you're doing. I think that there are great strides ahead for you here. I want to say, though, you want to stay focused on what you're doing. I don't feel for you that a job that's got any kind of confinement is really what you're after. I think you're looking for something that's diverse, something that allows you to travel. A 9-to-5 desk job is not what you're going for here, and I don't think that you'll have to. If you're wanting to go, you know, change careers, do something like that, this would be a great time for you to look into that. Okay, that Eight of Wands is a card, though. It's got, it may come in a way where, you know, you're really wanting to do something, and then out of the blue, like something really, again, you're what is it, the straw in the camel's back or whatever is something, a change at work, and you're like, that is just it. That is the last straw, and you really amp up what you want to do now and get your life going in a different direction. I think for you, that's in reference to career. So I do think that you land a great job here. I think there's potential for you here, but you've got to take the initiative to do it. That's what I'm going to say about that. Okay, so use the overall and incorporate this for you. Okay, I really do feel that this is on the career arena for you, is where this is coming from. I think it's a prominent position too. This is not something where you leave, you know, one job, you move 3 desks over. This is a prominent career advancement for you, like very lucrative. Okay. Hi, Taurus. For you, we have the Two of Coins. Okay, and I think this is going to be 2 sides to one coin. Okay, I think for some of you, you need to look at, let me start with the positive. Okay, I think for some of you, you're extremely determined. I think that, you know, you've got your goals set, you know what the luxuries in life are, you're working, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, nothing at all. And I think that, you know, you're kind, you're helping other people, you're doing the right thing, you're living a great life, but you can't please all the people all the time, okay? Keep doing what you're doing. I don't feel that that's, you know, if you're not born wealthy, you're working towards it and you'll get there. For others of you, you're not really admired much by the people in your surroundings. There's an air through here too of being crude, selfish. I don't think that people are really respecting you as a person. So you may want to look at that. You may not. I have a feeling that there's a vast difference in perspective here. I think it's on the day-to-day stuff too. I think people think that you're, you know, for some of you, you're greedy, you're stingy, you're really just not. It's kind of like a flash through the Christmas Carol where you see the past, present, and future, and, you know, maybe you choose to look at how you're doing things. For others of you, you're doing the same thing, but you're doing it in a healthy way. You know what I mean? You help other people, you give to charity, people like you, you know what I mean? So you can have the same kind of, you know, tax bracket and be kind and people love you, you know, because you're a good person. Or, you know, you can store all your nuts away and not help anyone and you know, die a rich, lonely person, I guess is where I'm going to go with that. That was a little bit tough there. So, that's what we see for that, though. Okay, I also think that I don't know what's going through the air, but there's a lot of, for those of you, Taurus, that are not in your own yard, get back in your own yard, because you're causing major chaos here, I feel. Okay, so that was a direct message for someone, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. Yeah, I think Taurus is going to have a little bit of a challenge this week for some of you. For others of you that are your lovely selves, keep doing what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing, okay? Hi, Gemini. I think that this is lovely. You've got the 10 of coins, okay? I think that you're in a really great place. I think for some of you, and I'm getting this very clearly, I feel twins are here. So I don't know where, surprise, I would imagine you would have a heads up on this, but I feel there are twins here somewhere. So there you go. I think your life is in a really great spot right now. I feel great things from this. I think this has been a long time coming. I think you've wanted this for a long time. I think you have people that adore you. I think you have a community that supports you. I think you have riches beyond riches here, and I mean on all fronts, not just financially, tangibly. I think you've got the riches of life here. I think your cup truly runneth over, and I'm grateful to be able to deliver that message. For those of you not having twins, your life is still in a really great spot, okay? Promotions, job changes, travel, major changes there. I think, too, it's higher education. It's outings, healings. I think it's whatever you're doing, you've got a community that's right there with you. So I think this is lovely. I think you're growing something here. And by that, I mean you're growing, well, obviously twins are growth, but this is more than that. This is, you're growing your place in life, and you're really putting down roots here. This is like, again, it's quality. It's a life of quality here. Okay. So there you go. Hi, my beautiful Cancers. Okay, guys, hear me here, because I know you guys are really struggling with things. I'm doing a lot of readings for Cancers, and I see it. It's been a tough year. Okay, what I want to say here is you want to stop, and I know this is extremely hard for you guys. You want to stop being compassionate and generous towards people that are not deserving. Okay, there's a lot of nervous energy around you. A lot of sensual energy around you. I think there's a lot of passion around you right now. Leadership abilities. How do I say this? Shake off the crazy and get focused. Okay, that's what I'm going to say here. And whatever that is for you, you're about to have an undertaking here, I feel, which is going to be very successful for you here. It sets up your career. This could be art. This could be some kind of healing, some kind of religious something that you're doing. You're trying to, I don't know if reform is the right way to say it. It's how do I say? You're trying to restructure something for the greater good. Do it. Absolutely do it. But please don't be pulled in directions. This is what's throwing you guys off of your path, is you're squandering to people that aren't deserving. And it's time to realize that you're here to make a massive impact on this world, but you can't, sometimes people aren't ready to receive what you've got to give in. You've got to be discerning enough to realize that it's just not their time. So you've kind of got to cut these people loose, right? In other words, dedicate your time to the people that are there, that are waiting for you now. Okay? I think that that's great. Hi, Leo. Okay. I think this is lovely. We have the 7 of Coins, which we had in our overall reading, right? I think this is, again, a moment in time for you, okay? I think that compassion, diplomacy, all of which you're good at, farsightedness, you want to look far and wide into this, okay? I think you get an aha here. I think it's an intelligent introspect. I think it's that Julia Roberts moment we spoke of, right? It's the, success. There's something in reference to math in here too. So this is something I feel is like an intellectual pursuit. It's funny because Leo is like they can solve the riddle, right? They can solve riddles. And I think that that's what you're doing. It's more though the riddle of your life, why it is that you're, why it is that you do what you do. And I think that that's, you know, what got me here? Is this sustaining to me? What was, what is value to me? I think you're just reassessing the real values in life, right? The people that are around you. I think you're going to get some epiphanies. I really do. I think for you, this is more, the theatrics are off, and it's more of an intellectual kind of grounding for you of what you need to do next here and where and how you need to change things in your life. Okay. I think like I don't know, I keep seeing those, the King Solomon keys, right? It's you've got the keys to set yourself free now. I think you're on some kind of spiritual quest here. And by that, I mean, just you're driving your life in a direction that it's not about the theatrics. It's about, the real concrete things that have value in your life. Okay. There you go. Okay, Virgo. Hallelujah. Hallelujah is all I can say here. Jump, 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 jump. Go for it. Okay. This is about change. This is about carving out a path and not being apologetic for it, right? You have the day-to-day. You know how to organize things, okay? This is more about, again, observation, looking around. Is this where I want to be, right? I think that it's not so much about the aesthetics here. I feel what you're, you don't want to be delusional though, no, right? You want to though see the beauty in what you didn't, how do I say this? I think there's a lot more to this card than going for something new. I think that you're going to go in a direction that's not, it's kind of poo-pooed. You know what I mean? Like don't let people, this is not a foolish mistake. This is a very wise choice. Let's just say that. It's a choice that you know you need to make, right? And it's based on the things that you need to do for yourself, right? It's not so much about everyone else anymore, okay? I think that you're going in a direction that you're just wanting more, you're wanting to do different, you're making wise choices, and that's what I mean. And I think it's about, you know what, I'm just going to go see. I'm going to go see, and, you know, it's about making mistakes, though, too, and allowing room for those to happen. It's about growth for you. That's absolutely what the Fool card is about. It's time, too. That's what it's saying. I feel literally it's time. And I think that your assessment recently is that of time. It's like it's you're wide awake as to time, as to what time means to you. Okay, so there you go. Hi, Libra. Okay, there you are at the door. This came up also in our main reading, right? It's about long-term planning, choices, making wise, discerning choices for your future, long-term gain, okay? It's about getting the planning process in place, right? And realizing that you've got to go forward from here. You've got to invest in it to get something out of it. The world is your oyster. It's, you know, the world is your oyster, but you've got to walk through the door. You've got to get ample time for the plan. You've got to deploy it. You've got to trust that it's going to work out. You've got to be in the moment. You've got to be awake, and you've got to look low long term. Okay. It's not about instant gratification. It's about long-term sustainability. You know, it's not just in one-on-one relationships though either. It's about who are you in these relationships? How are you showing up? And who is it that, who is it in just relationships in general? Who are the the people that you're surrounding yourselves with. And again, like Leo, it's not about, it's about you. It's about you and the people that you're surrounding yourself with, the people you're getting in relationships with. It's about, you know what? It's about trusting people enough in your surroundings to pull you out into society and letting you shine. You know what I mean? You've got to be in alignment with the right people. You know what I mean? You've got to get out there and you've got to get outside of your comfort zone and you've got to go for things. Otherwise, these are just going to be daydreams that are going to exhaust you and you're not going to go anywhere. I'm being tough because you're right across from the Eight of Wands, Aries, and that's about drive, ambition, but it's about being focused. It's not about squandering a little here, a little there. It's about having drive and persistence and going for the things that you want, but focusing on them. You want to have tunnel vision here, not in a rigid way, but you want to focus and not be distracted on things around you, right? You want to do it all, yes, but do it one by one by one. Okay, there you go. Hi, Scorpio. I think the Page of Swords for you is about trusting enough in yourself and going for something new, right? Having your plan in place, keeping the high ground, seeing what's around you, surveying the land, believing in magic, believing in, you know, that you can do it and that you're worthy of doing it. So get yourself out there. This is a card sometimes that comes up with a, I don't know, you know, again, kind of like Libra, weighing things out. Get out there, get your plan. Go try things. If it's not going to hurt someone or yourself, go try it. That's what I'm going to say here. Go try it. Be that in a relationship, be it whatever, even if it's taboo to someone else, go try it. You know what I mean? Again, if you're not going to hurt yourself or someone else, go do it. Okay. That's what I'm going to say here. You're going to need to really just, go for it. You know, how do I say this? It's a pretty important card for you, I feel. And it shouldn't be diminished. I just don't have all the time in the world here. Go try it. Go try it. You're going to know instinctively whether you're on the right path or not. I'm not going to say revert. You may need to course correct here, but I'm going to say go for it. Okay? Not only are you worth it, so are the people that you're going to encounter. And I feel you find happiness here too. Okay? So get out of the box and go for it. Believe in magic. I'm telling you. Believe in magic here. Hi, Sagittarius. I hope you are doing well. Okay, I think this is a perfect card for you, the Four of Coins. I think what you are trying to do is you're trying to find your place. Okay, it's knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them. You know, you have a hard time letting things go. I'm going to say you want to be discerning now. What really in your life is of value? I think you're looking for your place in the world too, and I think that it's great. Okay, so allow yourself that freedom. Be discerning. I don't think you're, I don't think this is a miserly card at all. I think you're planning for the future here. I think though that you're going to need to, like Scorpio and like Libra, I think you're going to need to step outside of your box though and try something different. Go somewhere new. Take some time to yourself. This isn't, again, we're not going to jump into something. Watch your finances, right? Save for that trip that you're looking for. Save for that place abroad that you want to move to. Save for something here, okay? I think you're just trying to really, you're in a new spot. I think you're in a new headspace, and you're trying to find out where physically the rest of you fits in. And I think that that's wonderful. I think you'll find a lovely place for that too, okay? So again, no pressure. We want to, you know, think about this. This is not where we want to act right now, okay? Capricorn, Capricorn, Nine of Cups. I think you deserve it greatly, okay? You've worked hard. It's it's a tough one there from Cancer to Capricorn. No one really knows how tough that is, but I'm telling you, I think you should make a wish. I think you should enjoy this. If you're looking for a promotion, it's coming. If you're looking to start a new company, it's coming. Whatever you have evolved, how do I say this? You're going to start to bear the fruits of your labor if you haven't already, because again, this is where I've got my head in the right spot. I'm not confused. I'm focused, but I'm balanced and my priorities are in the right spot. I think that's a lovely card and you so deserve it. Hi, Aquarius. I think this is a lovely card for you, the Four of Wands. Okay, again, there could be marriages here. There could be babies here. There is what do I say? There's a warm breeze after a storm is what I feel in this. And I think that it's a lovely card for you to have. Again, get lost in this. Allow for this. I think what you're realizing too is, you know what? I don't need to appease all the people all the time. I matter in this equation, and I don't really care if they like me or not. I think you're stepping into your own. I think your life really, I feel in here, a tug of the heartstrings. So I think you're stepping into the unfamiliar in a huge way. I think perhaps maybe the main reading really pertains to you in here, and I think that it's great, okay? What I want to say here is on the home front, enjoy it. Absolutely enjoy it. Be present. You're building a foundation here. You're on solid ground, okay? In work, I think you're also getting to that spot, but you don't want to get to you don't want to enter the cocky zone, right? You want to remember what got you here because it's going to propel you forward. So there's a double edge on that, but for the most part, I think it's a lovely card. Nothing to be concerned about, okay? Aquarius, I want to say this too. This is a tough one, but I got it as soon as I it was actually like a pain in my chest. Don't stay in relationships because you think it's the right thing to do and they're not respectful of you. I want to say that. You don't have an obligation to anyone to stay in a relationship that's not respectful of you. Okay? That's a direct message for someone. Okay? Okay, Pisces. We don't need to go. I feel this is energy. I think it's great excitement, energy. You want more. You want to see the shiny objects. That's what I think it is. But we want that to go on inside our mind, our magic, our dreams, right? We don't want to take out the horse of, you know, we don't want to physically do this right now. This is all a whirlwind. Enjoy this. Don't act on it. This, I feel, is really what's going on inside of the mind. So enjoy it. I don't find a negative there unless you're doing something, you know, that I'm not picking up on, which I'm glad I'm not picking up on it. But for the majority of you, I think that just enjoy this. Believe in magic. Have the daydream. Go through all this, because when everything moves out of here, it's going to be, you know, back to work, and it's going to be, okay, where did everybody go? You know, no one wants to do magic with me. No one wants to see how things really look behind here, right? Enjoy this. Enjoy this. Okay? I think it's wonderful. I have no negative about that. And I can honestly say I don't think I've ever been able to say that about the Knight of Swords before. It's not tyrant energy. It's wanting more. It's excitement. It's driving it forward. It's knowing the things that you want to do, tasting life. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. And you're going right towards that 8. So once you get all of this, you know, the sugar plums in your head here, you can get, you know, move to Aries with that 8 of Wands and get it moving, get the show on the road here. I think it's great, guys. I think these are, sometimes we're really faced with that holy crap moment. But the good thing with that is, no matter what the crap storm is that's tailing, you don't go back from there. So you deal with it and you pull it forward. So there's nothing negative here. It's just, you know, sometimes it just really stinks, but you've got to get down to the bare bones of it and get it moving forward. And that's really all that it is. It's just, it's responsibility, and it's, you know what, damn it, I want this and I'm going after it, and I'm going to go after it until I get it. The end, period. And this is what my life looks like, right? When I move, there's nothing on that curb. Okay, there you go, guys. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything, okay? our main focal here, again, guys, is that Six of Wands. It came up again. That's ascension. That's you are evolving on all levels. This isn't even something that you really have control over. It's just time for you, and the universe is helping you here. So don't buck the system. This is going from one place and stepping into the unknown, but knowing that it's what you need to do. In your gut, you know it's what you need to do. Okay, there you go.